From Seed to Soil. Let's begin. I don't know how most people start their cancer memoirs, but what I have learned from Ayurveda is that when the doctor does your intake, it can be for hours. Why? Because they want to know the whole you, not just the symptoms and isolated problem, but rather the minute you were born. And I'm serious about this. In Western medicine, you're lucky if you get more than 20 minutes. The Ayurvedic doctor wanted to know my whole story, as he wanted to get to the root of my cancer. And cancer doesn't just pop out of nowhere, according to Ayurveda. In the seed to soil analogy, there was something very wrong with the soil. Why did I have a genetic predisposition? Why did I have bilateral breast cancer, then a brain tumor, then brain cancer, and now thyroid cancer? Before the cancers, I thought I was the pinnacle of health, but I was wrong. And that's why the Ayurvedic doctor did such a comprehensive intake. That's why they do that, because to understand dis-ease, you first have to understand the soil. And the soil was tainted from the womb. And that's where I will begin. This platform will be a memoir following my journey from early childhood to where I am now. As the founder of the nonprofit Breast Cancer Goddess, mother of two, teacher, artist, filmmaker, yoga and meditation teachers, addict in recovery, Harvard grad, I can give you more labels, but I won't. That's just ego, right? And that's what we all want to sublimate. However, in order to explain the success that I'm having now as a result of walking through 4 cancers, one in which generally leads to death within less than a year, I feel that I need to tell you the whole story because it might help you or someone you know. And that's why I started my nonprofit, Breast Cancer Goddess. I wanted to help as many women going through the breast cancer journey, regardless of finances. Because the person that saved my life, a naturopathic doctor based in Miami, never charged me. I met her at a park during the pandemic because our children were playing together. It's that simple. I knew deep down in my heart what she was teaching me would someday change my life. And it did. And I am forever grateful for her. At this point, I am no longer the breast cancer goddess. I am the cancer goddess. This now better defines who I am. Why goddess? Some would say, especially if you are monotheistic and religious, that the idea of goddess is paganistic, which is not believing in one God, but rather polytheism. Many gods. This is especially relevant if you are monotheistic and believe in one God and one God only, and a clear divergence from the Judeo-Christian Islamic model. The idea of the goddess predates monotheism and dates back to Paleolithic period, around 2.5 million to 10,000 BCE. The famous Venus of Willendorf is dated to 30,000 BCE. Goddess worship celebrated all things life-giving and feminine. And here I put a picture of the goddess of Willendorf. She's a very ample woman with huge breasts and a big belly. She's very voluptuous. On the other hand, very voluptuous and a little stone statue. Wanted to mention that too. On the other hand, the earliest record of monotheistic worship dates back to ancient Egypt, 1353 to 1336 BCE. And the word concept monotheism is fairly recent as well, dating back only to the 17th century. Evidence of the belief in one God is a new concept and largely male-focused. All three main religions, monotheistic religions that is, have male figures as the focus: Abraham, Jesus, Muhammad. The cancer sucks or fuck cancer or fight cancer ideology never worked for me. I found it to be negative and fear-based, and it also felt very male. I don't know when the idea breast cancer goddess came to me. Perhaps it was divinely inspired, which sometimes happens when sitting in quiet time or meditation. That sounds really pompous, but it's true. I mean, that happens to me a lot, and that more on that as we go along. I want to help all of you have those divine moments. But to me, it is not a religious terminology. Rather, it is a definition of moving through something very challenging with grace and light. It's being mindful of negative thinking and mental wormholes that any disease can inspire, especially cancer. The goddess doesn't fuck or fight, but rather dances and grows along with the disease. She acknowledges where she can learn and be humbled by it all, because the learning never stops. And a true goddess recognizes that. Welcome to my journey. I look forward to teaching you along the way. Love, Vera, January 31st, 2025. The Cancer Goddess is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider being a free or paid subscriber. Thank you.